Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. New video today on Polkadot. We're going to do some price analysis. We're going to talk about some levels where we could look to buy over the course of the next few weeks and months if the price does continue on this downtrend that we're currently on now. We'll take a look at a few levels, some levels where we could potentially place some orders, maybe some stink bids if the price does come down to a crazy price. But also we'll take a look at some selling levels because where we are now, we're down towards what I would say is the bottom, and we need to have a look at some levels where we could potentially sell in order to buy back and just keep accumulating the assets. So what we'll do, we take a look at the charts here, and this is Polkadot on the daily time frame here. And as you can see, in fact, I'm just going to put it on the 3-day. You can get a better perspective of what's going on here. So we've had major rise, obviously been up to $55, and then ever since then we've done quite a significant retracement. If you look at that from a price from the highs to the lowest point, which was that wick back there, the 89% move, which is it's insane really, because in my opinion I think this is one of the strongest fundamental assets out there. An ecosystem which you would expect to be thriving, but the bear market has absolutely slaughtered some of the power chains. And I mean, if you're looking at Glimmer and Move, they've not performed very well, and I think some of the unlocks have kind of added to that selling pressure as well. So I've got three big thick black lines on this chart on the 3-day time frame. The main one is this one where we've used as support in the past. If you look previously when we listed back in August of 2020, we actually listed it towards that beginning. It's been listed before that, but then we had a complete tokenomic rerun and everything got changed over. But we had that rejection there, major support level there, and then look at this, it's a major support level here. One good thing to note and notice, we have had no closures below 651. So all in all, this is the major support level where we really need to hold, because if it loses that, there's not much support. We've got plenty of candles down here. I mean, what do we have? We had, let's say, 3 months of trading with that band there. The major support level is down there at 391. So what I would do personally, if I was you and I was looking to buy some Polkadot, is firstly I would place some bids here at 60.55. As you can see, we had loads of bounces around this level. If we look at this here, multiple taps there, another tap there, one in between there. As you get my drift. That is a major area where the price has reacted in the past. So that is a level where you would expect the price to come back down and for a retest if it did then push on. So 651, 655, that area is an area I would consider for buys. Obviously the price can continue down, and what I would do personally is ladder them down, maybe in 50-cent increments, all the way down to 389, 390. There's a good chance it may not come down to that level, because we've come down to an area now where we're seeing major support and major buys. 90% down on an asset which is got some of the best fundamentals in the space. It's hard to believe really, but that's a market we've given. And right now, it's hard because nobody wants to buy down here. But if you zoom out, every man and his dog wanted to buy up here and here. It's kind of going against your emotions. So what you need to do is put your emotions to one side and let the technical speak for itself. Technically, it's a strong asset, and in my opinion, I think in the future, the next 5, 10, 15 years, however long, I think it will be a real strong force going forward. So it might not look like a great time to buy, but I think it's a good time to start accumulating. So what I would do, like I say, is place bids there and ladder them all the way down, maybe in 50-cent increments down to around 350, say. So 650 down to 350, maybe 4 or 5 orders within there. And hopefully if one of them bounce, then we'll see this price hopefully then start to push up. A couple of major selling levels, so if you manage to buy here, you're really looking for 20 to 50% moves in order to get that profit. So if, for example, if you buy here, I mean, you're going to be looking back up towards this region here, which would be a great area to sell. So if we're getting buys down at around 655, you will be then looking to try and sell around 955, around that area, and you're talking around a 50% move. What you can do is you can skim that 50% profit off. You can take out your initial. There's many ways you can do it, but for me that's the first area where you could start to take some major profit. And then this region here is another major level of resistance, up at around $10.90. So we've got plenty of buy levels down here, which if the market allows and gives us that opportunity, we will be buying at this region. Just to note, the RSI we've been down to the lows already, and we've started to have a nice gradual incline. We're still below the minimum threshold there at around 50%, so we're currently at 45. So there's plenty of room for us to manoeuvre up to the upside, but also just be wary that we can push towards that downside and coming towards that oversold territory. Currently, we are trading sideways, so you can see we're around that mid-ground on the RSI. Looking at a couple of things, the MA20 and the MA50 on the daily time frame here. We had a nice bullish cross forming, but then price action has come to the downside. We've had a bearish cross. And really we need to get these moving averages closer together. The more we start to push up, the more these moving averages are going to push together, and then we're looking for a crossover like happened here. It is a bit of a lagging indicator moving averages, but it can tend to give you a good idea of which way the trend's going. I mean, look at that, we had a bearish cross there on the 13th of April, and it was down all the way till the 7th of August, so you're talking about 4 months there of pretty much bearish price action. We had a very minimum period of bullish price action, which is not the best ground, but that's what the market gives us. So we're looking for a bullish cross, and really if you're waiting to buy, then maybe wait for the crossover to happen and then start to ladder in. There's plenty of ways you can do it. Personally, I prefer just dollar cost averaging, but if you're waiting for a flip of a trend, then really you need to start waiting for it to be back above that moving average 50 and the 20. And really, I mean, if you're looking at this from a broader perspective, and we're looking at this, let's have a look on this trend here. Let's put a bit of a trend line on, really from the top to the bottom, really there. You could say that is a downtrend, and really if you wanted to start getting a few closures above maybe this major level of resistance, I think if you start getting above here around $11-12, then could be a good time to buy. Maybe not always look to catch a bottom, but if you're waiting for a reverse of trend, then you're looking for a price to push back up towards this region, and then you can start buying. For me, I just prefer dollar cost averaging to lower prices, so at some point when the price does push up, I might be as close to a bottom as possible. But that's it really, that's my thoughts on the market today. I've talked about really, well, the Polkadot market, the areas where we can buy, the areas where we can sell, and things that really need to happen is getting back above these moving averages. I mean, even if you put this onto the weekly time frame, yeah, I mean, we've not got enough data for that really ever, but if you look at the 50 as well, put them two on. Yeah, I mean, look at that. We've had a bearish cross back on in March. I mean, if you're waiting for any bullish price action, you're going to wait for those moving averages on the weekly time frame to cross. It could be weeks and months before that even happens. So just zoom out, maybe even use a 3-day time frame, as you can see. Potentially these are starting to get a little bit narrower. Wait for a bullish cross to the upside. You're looking for that 50 to push through with 20. If that did happen on a 3-day time frame, then could be that your trigger to start buying. But those levels below, if we do get down towards 390 or 390, then start throwing stable coins at it. That's what I will be doing. I've started to buy now, and I will continue to buy as the price does drop. But potentially, even if the price goes up, there's still good areas for it to buy, because in my opinion, $55 was just for starters. This is a multi-$100 coin at some stage. But that's it for today. I'll catch you next time.